Xandra, and welcome to the scene, a place you will be saluted, educated, empowered, and nurtured. And I'm glad to be here today. But before I start the show and introduce you to these two lovely ladies, we want to welcome our viewers at 49 TV, and that's on the web. I'm saying around, but it's 49 TV. So welcome you out of Dallas, Texas. So we want to welcome you. But the scene, each week we have different people on here. So we will be showing Saturdays at 7. So make sure to tune in and to catch us. Another thing before, um, I'm just so glad to hear about you. And what this scene is, what we do here, and I said it before, is it's where sisters are saluted, educated, empowered, and nurtured. So thank you for joining us, and I want you to meet two lovely ladies that I have with me today, and they're going to talk to you about girls rocking in power. I have Barbara Pierce. Say hi, Barbara.
Hi.
And I have Princess Ainani Graham. Did I say that correctly?
Ainani.
Ainani. Oh,
Yes.
that's Ainani to you people, okay? So, first of all, we're going to let them tell you about themselves. We're going to start with Barbara, since she's been here just a little longer than Princess.
Just a
So
little.
yeah, just a little. So hi, Barbara.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. I'm so excited to have you guys here today.
Okay. So, what do you want to know? Where do you
I
want to start
want to
at?
know about
Okay,
Barbara.
well, Barbara's an ordained deacon. Barbara's a lot of things that I can't even remember anymore, but right now I'm the director of GRIP, which is the Girls Rockin in Power.
Oh,
And it
wow.
derived from a camp, which is called CLAY, which is Children's Literacy and Arts Initiative, where they do all arts, dancing, singing, acting, fashion designing, culinary arts. And we've done that for about 7 years that I started. And then now we're going to elevate it up to travel a tour around the world and share with what we're doing here in Columbus, mentoring young people. That's what I do.
Okay, I love it. And that's why you're here. We're going to talk more about it. And I can't wait for you to hear about it. If you have a daughter, niece, granddaughter, this program is excellent. And also, we got the spokesmodel, Miss Princess here. Princess, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, as Ms. Pierce previously mentioned, she holds a camp every summer, and I met Ms. Pierce through that camp, and she helped me publish my first book. And she also helped me publish my second book. So I'm a two-time author. I'm also multi-talented. So I sing, I draw, I model, and I choreograph the dances. As I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Um,
I'm Xandra, or you can call me Miss Henry, or you can say Xandra. Xandra is fine.
Okay, Miss Henry previously mentioned that I'm the poster girl. So I'm the poster girl, and I'm also going to be speaking at all the events.
Okay. You know, we need to give her a hand clap for that. If you were out there, we got to give her a hand clap for that. That is so awesome. I am so excited about this program. I love the arts. When I was younger, I did, well, not younger, in college, I did take drama. And I always wanted to be an actress or a school teacher. So if I had had the opportunity for such a camp like this, I would have loved it. So I want you to tell us more about it. Like how and why, how did the camp get started?
Okay, so well, I was the manager of Columbus Times
Okay.
newspaper. I was one of their last managers, and while we were there, my publishing company was also in the building, and we wanted to sponsor something, so we decided we'll sponsor a camp. So we started there at Columbus Times, but when Columbus Times closed down, we moved to my church, which is Ambassadors of Christ, and so we've been there ever
Okay.
since. And this is the going into the 7th year now.
Okay, so wow, is that where you two met?
No, actually, we no. I'll let her tell. She loves
Okay,
to tell this
versus
story.
how did you meet Miss Pierce?
So in the fourth grade, I submitted a piece to the Young Georgia Authors Competition, and it won first place for my grade and state, national, all of that. So I was at a school board meeting. I was at a school board meeting for recognition, and I met Miss Pierce there, and she invited me to join her camp and publish my first book.
Okay, well, let's hear about your book. It's okay because this is all part of the
That's right.
camp.
That's right.
This
And
is
it was the publishing company that actually started the camp, and that
okay.
is Unique Euphony Publishing. And I have published a
And
lot
Art
of
Gallery
books.
LLC.
That's right, LLC. That's
All
right.
right.
and
Oh
I
yeah. Oh yeah.
and she was
Well,
the youngest, my youngest author. We've had a couple of more, but she was the youngest author that I had ever published a book, and she's done 2 books, in fact.
okay. How were you? Old were you when you did the first book? And what's the name of the book so you guys can go out there and buy it or Amazon? I know
Amazon.
you're
That's
on
right. They're
Amazon.
both on
Okay.
Amazon.
What's the name of your first book?
It is Shadow, and I was 11 when I wrote it.
And
Or
what
was
is
I 10?
No, you
I
was
think I was
10.
10. I was
10.
10.
and what was Shadow about?
Shadow is about a girl. She grows up homeless and she has this desire to become something more. So she meets a producer and one day she becomes famous. So it talks about her going from literally the bottom to the top.
She also done the play.
Yes, there was a play written about it that I wrote, of course,
Uh-huh.
a year later, and it was performed a year later with the kids in the camp.
Okay, okay. You're awesome. I mean, we could have just had a
That's why
different
she's the
total
poster
show with
girl.
her. Oh, wow. And what was the second book?
The second book was called Native. It was about a Native American and a pilgrim, and they became friends. So it talks about their friendship and growing up together. And when the war starts, they get separated, so they find their way back to each other. So it's a cute little love story. And yeah, I wrote that the next year.
Oh, wow.
And they're both on Amazon.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you come up with the second one?
I was inspired by, we were learning about the Native Americans and the Pilgrims in school. So that
Uh-huh.
inspired me, and I thought it would be interesting to like switch up the perspective a little bit.
That is so awesome. Man, I see you doing big things. I'm actually just question, what do you aspire to be? Do you want to be, is it eclectic? You don't know. I know it's going to be something in the arts. I'm thinking it will be something
There's
in
a lot of
arts.
things I want to do. The biggest thing I want to do is I want to be a singer-songwriter. But on top of that, I also want to continue publishing books, and I want to be a fashion designer.
You know what? I actually need somebody to sing the song for our interest because the person that if you're interested, maybe we can get together and we'll I don't know if we can come back and let her perform it. But if you're interested, we'll talk about that later. Maybe you can be the new voice. I'm
Wow.
serious.
That's awesome.
I'm not cutting anybody out, you guys. The person that did it is in Africa and she doesn't want to do it publicly.
That
So
is
it's my song.
awesome.
And I would love for you to do it if you're
Look at the
interested.
perks that the poster girls get.
Oh wow, you're just lovely. Okay, so what are so let's see. Okay, this for the people in Dallas. Are you gonna be anywhere near Dallas for your tour?
Yes, we will. We'll be like 40 minutes away. We'll be in Fort Worth.
Okay,
Okay, so it's like
40 minutes
Dallas,
away.
yeah, like 40. It's like the Dallas Fort Worth area there. You know, they even call it the DFW, the airport. You know, they call it DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth.
I kind of jumped ahead, but let's first tell them what the tour is and what the tour is about,
Okay.
and then we'll tell you and the people in Columbus, Georgia, and everywhere what cities you're gonna be in. So let's. The
Okay.
tour is
So the tour is about raising self-esteem and fighting against bullying.
okay.
So what it is, it's going to be a production about birds. They'll have a dialogue that they'll be talking about the ugly duckling and how the duckling was being bullied and kind of relate that to what's going on with the kids that are in the schools now. Because that's
Okay.
basically what's happening. We'll try to cover cyber bullying as well as physical bullying. I mean, it's just different types of bullying, and we want to try to cover them all. We even did a play at one point about bullying, and it covered all the bullying, and that's what we want to do. And we want to let kids, the girls, know that they're beautiful, no matter how their
Yes.
hair is, whether it's natural, whether it's straight, whether it's short. We want them to know that they're beautiful. You know, we want to teach the kids how to take care of their hygiene, how to take care of their hair, their clothing, keep their clothing clean. We want to talk about mental health because we go through a lot of that, and a lot of times kids are challenged, mentally challenged, and kids tease them about that. But we need to teach the kids how to handle that. They don't know. So they cry, they commit suicide, they don't want to go back to school anymore. We want to stop that. We want to raise that self esteem.
And I think that your mission is wonderful. So we have the camp, and so you started with the camp, but now you decided to bring it to different
Right.
cities.
So every
So,
city, I'm sorry. So every city will have a week camp. Every
oh
city, and in
wow,
that week camp, they would have presenters that come in there and talk to them about the different things that we want to talk about. We'll talk about drugs. We'll talk about teen pregnancy, and it's just a whole list of things that right now can't think about, but we'll try to cover them all. And all the cities are inviting their own people in their cities to talk to the kids,
oh
somebody that the
awesome.
kids can relate to, whether it's a police officer or a nurse or whatever. So it's going to be like really awesome. So we're starting off here with 12 kids between Columbus and Tuskegee.
Okay, here is Columbus, Georgia. Okay, so
That's
you're
where
going
we
to start in
started.
Columbus,
We started in
Georgia, and then
Columbus,
you're going where?
Tuskegee, and Tuskegee kids will be coming to Columbus,
Tuskegee, Alabama.
Tuskegee, Alabama, and
Okay.
they'll be coming here to train or practice or rehearse with our kids, and then they'll start doing all the tours with us. And we'll be going to. Can I say that now?
Yeah, I need you to. Yeah, I
we'll be
need you to. Okay.
we'll be going to, and I have Princess have to help me, but we'll be going to Seattle, Washington, as well as Texas. We'll be in
Wow.
Alabama, Virginia, Florida, South Carolina. Um, I can't. I don't have it in front of me,
Different
but
places in
different
Georgia.
places in Georgia. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We'll be in Atlanta. We talked about that earlier, and then Alabama would be in Tuskegee, Montgomery, and Birmingham.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah. So and then there's some places that we'll be going on weekends after the summer that we'll be traveling, but we only could be there on weekends, like Saturdays, doing our production. And when we come back to Columbus, we're hoping that we'll be able to do it again when we come back. We'll be more famous then.
I I definitely.
Yes.
I'm just so impressed with this young lady, with you. I've spoken with her, but this is my first time actually
Right.
meeting.
Right.
But just the feeling I get from you,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
you can tell when people do something with love, and I
Right.
get that from you. I am so impressed with this little star over here, Miss Princess. Just the personality and everything.
You know what?
What? Oh, go
Michelle,
ahead.
I just wanted to say is that when I first started off, I started off with it was about me. I'm a five-time children's author myself. I've done
Okay.
five books. I'm on my sixth and seventh book now. And I just wanted to say that I didn't mind reading to other kids, but I wanted to see that other kids to write their own books and be able to express their own selves through their writings. And that's why she's kind of like my project, right?
Wow.
She's kind of like my project, and she's doing very, very, very well. And I'm so proud of her. A lot of people think she's my granddaughter, and I told me, oh, all the kids are my grandkids.
Okay. But I mean, we can see the special bond between you two. It comes off. Princess, could you tell us some of the things? Were you always this fantastic person we see here? Or, okay. Or did the group help you?
I mean, of course, I was born fantastic.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
But the
All
group
right.
has helped me grow and develop. Miss Pierce loves to tell the story. But when I
Okay.
first joined, I would not dance. I would not dance at
She was
all.
like so shy. She would hold her head down like this here, and she would walk like a little baby steps across the thing. And I'm like, straighten up there. And so I didn't know she had all these talents. I knew that she could write, but I didn't know
Uh-huh.
she had other talents. And one day I was passing one of the classrooms, and someone was singing, and I was like, wow, who is that? And when I went in there, she was singing with the kids that were in the classroom, and I was like,
Okay.
you can sing? And then she wouldn't dance. And so every time we would dance, she's like, you want to get with them? She's like, I don't know how to dance. And then the next thing I know, when COVID came, we had the camp at my business and we only could take a small amount of kids. And she said, well, can I do one of the dances? And I was like, okay. I couldn't wait to see that. It was break every chain, right?
Oh, wow.
And the kids was so cool, and I was like, "Oh my God, you can dance too!" And so I started, and then she acted. She was a Merlin in one of the plays that we call Ulysses or Ulysses, which is about alphabets, for the
Uh-huh.
kids. And she acted there, and she was like fantastic. And I'm like, "You can act." And so after a while, I found out. Then just recently, she did some fashion designing. She wanted my daughter to do a
Wow.
skirt, and my daughter didn't have time. My daughter's a fashion designer, She didn't have time to do the skirt, so she did it herself.
Oh, wow.
And it was beautiful. And so she is multi-talented, and we're trying to get other kids to be on that level also, because we're discovering that other kids have talents too. They just don't know.
And they don't have an outlet for them, and that's what
Exactly.
you are.
That's
Exactly what this program is
that's
for.
what the program is
We
for.
want to give our girls a space to express themselves and not only express themselves but discover themselves through the arts and through healthy things. Because sometimes our girls discover ourselves through not so healthy things. So we're helping guide them to discover those healthy things that they can indulge in and find themselves in.
Okay, Miss Princess. Thank you. But no, I mean, I'm loving it. I just remember growing up and just not having these outlets when we were growing up. Nothing,
That's right.
I never went to camp. Never knew about the camp. I'm so glad that you thought of this. That you are giving girls opportunities that they wouldn't have.
Right.
And usually we don't discuss prices. People don't want to tell you how much stuff costs.
I was very
But
little.
yours, and we at the scene, we're going to sponsor two girls, so to your camp.
Yes.
But you said, so tell them how much it costs because we're talking about 2 weeks
2 weeks.
from 8 to 4.
Except Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday.
And then, of course, on Saturdays is when they do their performances or whatever. We do specials on Saturdays. So we really like 5 days a week.
Oh, wow.
So, but it's only $25 to sign the app, to fill out the application. That's our processing fee. It's $25 a week. That's it.
There is no way you're going to get all this anywhere for that price.
That's right.
That is
The
so
rest of it is
awesome.
begging. The rest is about begging and just making your presentation. And people are like, oh, and they, like you guys, they'll say, okay, we'll sponsor this child, that child, and stuff like that. That's what we want. We want it to be the community. We want it to be the village. Everybody has to invest in our children in order to make them productive. And that's what I like about what is happening with our kids. And our kids also encourage their parents. So
Oh,
her
wow.
mother her
What?
mother had been writing but had never published a book, and after she published her second book, her mom written her book.
Has she published it yet?
Oh, it's been published, starting over. It sold a lot of
By
copies.
Tamara Chandler.
By Tamara Chandler. It sold
Okay,
a lot of
give your
copies.
mama a shout out.
Love you, Mom.
Oh, your daughter is awesome. Rudy Rillo. I'm just so impressed with you. And I feel like this is what we need to see. We see all some of the stuff, but the positive
Right.
stuff, there are no platforms for that.
Right.
And so that's why I'm here.
And we want to thank you for that. And hopefully next year we'll have another poster child, because she'll be growing out of the system after she's 16. When she's turning 17, we have to get another poster girl. But she still works with the company as the
Company.
administrator. She takes care of all the social media for us, all that stuff for us.
Oh, man.
Yes, yes.
You're so awesome.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to you about that after.
I'm getting you in trouble, aren't I?
No, this is a good way.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want to try to get her to Paris next year. She wants to go to college in Paris.
Okay.
So we want to put that as one of our trips next year, is possibly going to Paris, just so that she'll be able to see it with her peers.
Okay.
And then encourage her peers. They may want to go to something like that, an art school or something, to do the same thing. And that's what you want to do. You want to encourage them to follow you.
You have got to. We usually do this at the end of the show, but I want to do it now. How can someone who wants to support you get in touch with you? Because this
say?
this
Yeah.
this organization
I'm gonna let her do
is
it. She's the
wonderful.
spokesperson.
Okay.
Okay, so you can contact Miss Pierce directly at 706-577-3197. And you can also follow the social media, which is the same for every platform. So we're on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All of it is Grip Tour. Well, for Instagram and TikTok, it's grip.tour. And then on Facebook, it's just Grip Tour.
Okay. I hope you got
Please
that.
call us.
And you know what? I like that. And I try to do the same, that they can call you personally. They don't have to go through.
Right.
You can't say, it was so
No, it's no
difficult to
machine.
get
There's no
them.
machine or anything. They get to talk to me directly.
And she does answer the
That's right. And
phone.
then we
So,
send them all the information, and with the information, we send them the website and the application. Where actually everything is on the website. Even the
okay.
application is on the website.
Yes.
But we usually send them everything. We send them the logo, and we send them the trip, the trip flyer, all that kind of stuff. So they can see what their kids are getting into. Now, all kids won't be able to make it, but they will have a wonderful 2 weeks
Okay, so everybody, all the kids aren't going
on
on
the
the
trip.
tour,
No, no.
but how many
Unless
kids
it's
can
some
you take?
millionaire give us a whole lot of money, we can take them all. We can take a whole bus of kids somewhere, but because of our budget, we won't be able to
Okay.
take about 12 kids. Now, out of these 12 kids, they're not all coming from Columbus. They're all coming from different places, these children
Okay,
are.
and she's talking about on the
On the
tour,
tour,
but in the camp we can have as many
it's
as
40.
40,
It's 40 kids,
40
yes.
kids. So you need to, if you're interested, you need to
And you got to do it
get the
fast because the
information
applications are
quickly.
coming in fast. I mean, we're like halfway there already. Now, Columbus has about 7 girls, but we have girls already coming in from Seattle, Washington, and Texas, and all these other states. They're already sending their applications in. So they need to do it quickly.
Yes.
Oh wow! So when is your next audition? The next
It's
audition, when
February
is
the.
it?
February 10th, and it's a dance audition.
Okay, so if someone if out there that's a dancer, they can come and apply or dance on February the 10th.
Right, and it said,
This is in Columbus,
yes, it said,
Georgia,
and I will let you say, it's
and it will
Ambassadors
be
of Christ. She
where?
knows the address real good.
Yes, it's
Okay.
Ambassadors of Christ, which is 4817 Mogen Road. You can get a spot for the audition by applying, which the applications, like Ms. Pierce said, are in the social media and the website and all of that. So,
So, and remember, they're talking about the tour, those applications. You can apply also for the camp.
That's right.
And
dance.
okay, oh, and it's only dance this time, okay.
Yes.
Because what I'm thinking is, let's say if you're not, because I was speaking with my sister about it, and then my niece is 10, and it was so funny because she needs this, she really does. But she's scared to let her go. But I'm like, definitely
She
she's
just
going to
drop
the
off.
camp.
She drops it
Yeah,
off
I
to
mean she's
us, and we'll
scared
take care of her.
the audition for the
Oh,
tour, but I'm sure she definitely will let her go. I'm gonna make sure that she's in the camp
yes.
in Atlanta.
She'll be fine.
She'll love it.
And they're having auditions now, and every location is having their own audition. So we're taking 40 kids here for the camp, but everybody's taking 40 kids. And all the kids that are coming from there, it's like 2 to 4 kids are coming from different places that would join us with the tour.
Oh,
So in
okay.
Atlanta, they'll have an audition in Atlanta, and 2 kids will be coming with us.
Okay.
And going
Oh
everywhere.
wow.
And they get to do that before we start. So they start at the beginning of the tour. All the kids start at the beginning of the tour with us, and they go all around with us.
So this is also in Fort Worth. There
Fort
still
Worth.
be two kids.
2 kids in Fort Worth. And what would happen is wherever we go, they have to go from Fort Worth to where we're going to join us in Fort Worth. Everywhere we go, they have to go.
Oh, this is so exciting. The
Some of the kids won't be back
opportunity.
home in like 2 and 3 weeks. Some of them will be gone like 2 and 3 weeks before they have a break. You want to
Okay.
go?
It sounds so
So,
awesome. I wish I
It's
could.
gonna be really cool because we do have to have chaperones. We can't take the girls, just us.
Yeah.
We have to have chaperones to carry the girls.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to go to all of them. You can
Okay.
go, like when we come back on a break, like when we go to, I think we go to 1, 2, 3, and then we have a break back in Columbus, and then you want to go to the next two, you can. So you can do like that.
Oh, I'm
But
gonna
some
try
of
to
the,
put
when
that
we,
in my
right,
schedule.
when we
I'm
go
gonna
to
try.
Atlanta, when we
Yes.
do the one in Atlanta, we're going from Atlanta to Seattle. We're not coming back to Columbus.
Wow.
Yeah. These girls are going to have some adventure this summer.
And that's what's so great about it is you're affording opportunities that they may not be afforded. And we're talking about for $75. That's pretty much because you're charging the
I want to
girls.
say they have some work to do now. They have some fundraisers to do now. Okay,
Oh, okay.
they don't get off scot free. Okay, you have to
Okay.
earn what you do. So we do have fun. We have a big production at the end of our summer, and they have to
Okay.
sell tickets for that. So they do have to do something. They just don't have to come out of their pocket.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't
it's
have to pay out of their pocket.
it is so wonderful. I mean, I'm so excited about this. It's like I could talk about it all day, and we see what the outcome of this camp
We're
can be.
excited.
Look at this beautiful young lady. She, because of the camp, which you said you are, the talents were there already, but you didn't have an output for
Right.
them.
You need somebody to pull it out. And we did. Because she was like really shy. She's nothing like that now. She stands up in front of the kids and say, listen, y'all sit down here and stuff.
Did she? Oh Lord, yeah, you need to be in front of my niece.
And we had some other kids that came in, like our president. We have an election every year. We do a voting, and our little girl that's the president now, she was the same way when she came in. She talked like a little baby, and we couldn't hear what she's saying. And now she's like, Miss Pierce, I got ideas.
Oh wow, this is so great. But we're getting ready to go. But I want to know. I'm gonna call you
Ainani.
Princess because I messed up the other name. But Princess, what do you want your legacy to be? I know you're young, but that's just one of the questions I always end the show with, and that's for you out there to think yourselves. What do you want your legacy to be? I know you're a young lady, but I'm quite sure you have an answer. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I think overall, I want to be remembered as somebody who helped other people and brought everyone to be the best that they could be.
Thank you. Beautiful. What about you, Miss
Well, of course, I want
Pierce?
to leave this. I want to leave GRIP as a legacy. When I'm gone, I want to continue to go as helping children, mentoring girls, and making them the best they can be. That's exactly what I want to do. That's what I've always done all my life is work with children. I was a teacher. I was a coach, a children's minister now. And I just want to continue to do that. That's what I do, and it makes me feel good. And I'm just so excited when I see these kids. They know when I see them, I'm like, y'all want pizza? And I would order them pizza. It just makes me feel good to see them together, collaborating and coming up with ideas. I just love it. It's just my life. I don't know if I can live without this. It keeps me going.
That's beautiful. I am so blessed to have had you two ladies on the show today. I applaud you. I I'm overwhelmed and I'm so excited. And I'm going to tell anybody with a child that I
Thank you.
know to try to do it. I think we got you one
You
today.
did. Uh-huh.
She's gonna do it. Okay, one of my staff members is doing it. So thank you. I love you. Welcome the people in Dallas,
That's right.
Texas,
That's right.
and I will see you on the scene. Bye.
I'll be in Dallas in 2 weeks.
Okay. Y'all are so awesome.